Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. Get your coffee, your tea, your water, your orange juice, whatever you drinking, and a little bit of me this morning. Good morning, beautiful people. I'm excited to be here this morning. So, guess what? If you open up these two wonderful things on your face this morning, you've already started out with the blessing for today. And my prayer for you is that you continue on to receive blessings throughout the day, no matter how big or how small. But not only that you're able to recognize some of those blessings so that you can be humble and grateful so the universe will open up and pour out more blessings so you have room enough to receive. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I have our affirmation for today. It's Thursday. So I got our crazy, sexy love note, as well as I got a card from the angel prayers. So I hope everybody has been having a wonderful, wonderful week. Despite I don't know if it was sinuses, head cold, whatever I had going on, my week has been blessed. I've persevered through some issues, some problems, some situations, and I'm still standing and not having a problem smiling about it. I'm grateful for everything. So with that being said, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. So our manifestation journal question for today, because today is day 19, our manifestation journal question is, what are you doing to show that you are ready to receive all that you ask for? What are you doing to show that you are ready to receive all that you ask for? How are you preparing your space for that? Your mental, all of those things. How are you preparing to move forward? What are you doing to show that you are ready to get the things that you are asked in the universe for? Um, if you're asking for a home, then what are you doing to get towards that home? What actions are you taking? How are you preparing yourself to be able to have this particular thing that you're asking them for? Faith without works is dead. No matter how we look at it, faith without works is dead. So that means that if you don't move, if you don't get off the couch, if you don't make a phone call, if you don't do anything, faith without works is dead. So, with that being said, um, I hope that you take a moment and meditate on that question. Good morning. Good morning, niece. Good morning. So I'm wondering if I'm having an issue with that. People, Mama had an issue with tuning in yesterday. So good morning, beautiful. How are you? Grand rising, sweetheart. Um, so our affirmation for this morning is, throughout the day, I check in on my body tension level. I sit quietly, breathe deeply, and let the tension go. This is funny because a lot of us probably need to just take this advice right here. Throughout the day, I check in on my body tension. Okay, so I think your grandma is having a problem. What's going on here? Cause she on something else. Yeah, how's it that she can't get on here? I'm sorry, cause your grandma is trying to, I guess, get on the. Here we go again. She trying to get on the live, and she is on the wrong one, and I don't know how. Good morning, Miss Wanda. Good morning, beautiful. If you guys be a little patient, I'm trying to call my mom. It's still not letting you on the live, mom. You on the other, cause you on something else. Is this not? No, I am talking to you on my live right now. So go out of YouTube again and maybe go back in and because Dark Cookie said, because Cookie on here right now, she said I just went on YouTube and you was the first video. So yeah, try to go back out because you watching something from yesterday. All right. I'm sorry, you guys. I was trying to help my mom out because she's trying to get on live. Good morning, Miss Wanda. Good morning, beautiful. How are you? How are you? Yeah, she's watching yesterday's video because she like, hey, ain't you talking about the meat? No, that's not what's going on. I'm gonna read the affirmation again for today. It says, throughout the day, I check in on my body tension level. I sit quietly, breathe deeply, and let the tension go. Well, a lot of us don't do that. So this is a reminder to do that. Throughout your day, shit go on throughout your day. It could start early in the morning, shit go on throughout your day. And so periodically, you have to check your tension level. And when you notice that, hey, I'm probably getting a little bit out of whack, I'm getting frustrated, I'm getting irritated, all of those things, that's the moment when you stop. Good morning, Ma. Good morning. She made it. So that's the moment that you stop and you take those 3 deep breaths that I told you about. Then you take you and in that moment when you're able to take those 3 deep breaths, you're able to calm down. You're able to think a little more clearly. Cookie said that was her yesterday. So the whole thing is that, and it's all a part of trying to control our emotions. Um, we move out of emotion, and sometimes we be out of whack. And so if you can just in that moment, sometimes, and I'm not gonna say it's gonna work all the time because it don't work all the time. And I'm really especially talking to people that deal with the boo stinks too, because they work your nerve overtime. And so what I'm saying is just take a moment when you notice that your tension is starting to rise, even when you're at work. When you notice that your tension is starting to rise, take a moment and breathe and let that shit go. Because a lot of times we hold on to tension that has nothing to do with us. So I'm encouraging you to let it go. Let a breath, get some breath, let it go. I'm telling you this because I am learning to do this myself. I'm learning to do this myself. I'm learning to take a moment, and even in the midst of an argument, even in the midst of heated words, I can stop and just breathe. Hey, wait a minute. Nothing told you you had to respond right back right then in the midst of, hey, I need to breathe. Because if I keep talking, I ain't going to make no sense. So I need to breathe and get my thoughts together so that my rebuttal, my response is proper. You get it? Don't forget, you guys, I'm going to repeat it again. Our manifestation question for the manifestation journal is, what are you doing to show that you are ready to receive all that you are asking for? What are you doing? How are you preparing your space for what you ask? You want a flourishing business, but how are you preparing your space? How are you preparing to receive that blessing, to receive the stuff that you're asking for? What are you doing? What bricks are you paving? How are you paving your way to get where you need to be at? So that's your question for today. And we got a crazy, sexy love note today. Ma, I was watching you sleep on the camera, and if your neck hurt today, I'm going to tell you why. Because I was like, how in the world? I wanted to holler through the camera, but I was scared I was going, hey, you was going to jump and probably hurt yourself. But you was, listen, crooked lady, for real. You was just doing your own thing in there, and that's okay. But if your neck hurting today, I know why. I promise you. Good morning, Miss Dow. Good morning, beautiful. How are you? Ho, ho, ho. Looky here. It says, say you're sorry. Say you're sorry. It says, are you carrying around regret? Good morning, Miss K. Good morning, beautiful. Are you carrying around regret? You regret you did something. You regret you moved somewhere. You regret you. So, are you carrying that around? It says, is there a relationship that needs healing, but you just don't know what to say? That's funny because I got up this morning healing relationships too. It says, give your pride a rest and simply start with I'm sorry. Simply start with I'm sorry. That's funny because I remember being younger and that probably was a thing for me. Um, not even knowing when to say I'm sorry. But some of us don't even know when to say sorry to ourselves because we do stuff that we don't want to do for other people, and we don't even know when to say sorry to us. I'm sorry for taking you all out of character and making you do something that you didn't want to do and you already knew you didn't want to do it. So I'm sorry, self, for allowing somebody else to take you out of the space that you needed to be in. Sometimes we just don't know how to say sorry to ourselves. That go with that regret. I regret doing something. I regret doing something. You usually regret doing something for somebody else. So you don't have to say sorry to them because you didn't did it for them. You got to say sorry to yourself because you didn't want to do that. So you stepped out your box and you did something that you didn't even want to do for somebody else. So tell yourself sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't really want to do that. And it took me out my space. It got my head all messed up. I didn't disturb my damn peace. Learn when to tell yourself sorry too. It says take responsibility and acknowledge your role in a situation. Now that's funny because I know today, y'all, they probably gonna step on some toes. Sometimes, and I talked about this yesterday, you got to take responsibility in your role in a situation. Because a lot of times we insert ourselves into situations that don't have nothing to do with us. And guess what? Then you got a problem. Then you got a situation. Then you got something you got to deal with. But in all actuality, if you take responsibility with your role in that, you can bow down gracefully. Hey, look, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. Or if you know that, hey, the decision that you made landed you in the spot that you're in right now, because that's a lot of times too. The decision that you made or the decision that you didn't make or allowed somebody else to help you make land you in the spot that you are in right now. Can you take responsibility for the stuff that you do? For the way that you move? For the lack of? Are you responsible for some of the pain that you cause yourself? Can you take responsibility for that? Because sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow. Knowing that, hey, I wouldn't even be in this predicament had I just listened to the shit that I was supposed to be listening to me. Are you doing that? It says, apologize for them and for you. Did you see that? It said, apologize for them and for you. I just told you. You have to learn how to apologize to yourself. I didn't think that was going to turn out like that. Damn, I apologize. I apologize to myself for not even thinking past the moment and jumping in without even paying attention. Apologize. It says, make amends isn't easy, but it's a huge leap forward on your spiritual path. Bravo. Clap it up because you deserve that. When you learn how to forgive yourself, when you learn how to forgive other people, and it didn't say forget, When you learn that, hey, guess what? Some of this stuff I bring on myself because of the decisions that I make. When you learn how to be responsible, when you learn how to say, I'm sorry, I didn't even know, I apologize. That's growth in your spirit because you don't know everything. I haven't met a person that does. You don't know everything. And so some things you are going to get wrong. And when you get it wrong, be grown enough to apologize to the person that you offended, as well as apologize to yourself for not knowing. Hey, I just didn't know. That's all. I apologize for being so upset and cussing you out but I didn't know. I apologize to myself for not knowing, and I'm going to take this as a learning lesson and I'm going to move forward. Learning when to apologize to yourself and to others is a huge step. And I'm saying this because I know how I was. I look at my niece and she on here right now, and baby, the snap crackle pop is real. Okay, y'all don't understand. So the snap crackle pop is real. And when they get a certain age, all you can do is just look at them. And I look at my niece and I'll be like, damn, I probably was just like that. Holy snap. But guess what? I can forgive myself now because I'm like, God must have been sitting on, he was like, this one right here, I'm going to have to save her. I'm going to have to save her. And so I watched them, her, my children, go through, and I be looking, I be like, oh my God. And you know how you want to tell them sometimes, hey, just calm down. But guess what? No matter how many times people told me to calm down and, hey, why don't you watch your mouth, Teresa, and stop cussing so much? That don't sound good. Blah, 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 this and that. The more I said this, because guess what? It must wasn't my time to learn that. Yep, I have been told that 1,000 times. Even with a professional job, I have been told, hey, you curse too much. And I kept giving them the finger just like this. And so even I talked about this maybe last year or so. I said, now that I'm older, I'd be like, oh, I'd be listening to the kids and I'd be like, oh God. But guess what? Guess what? I can't judge them because I had a potty mouth. So I'm going to sit here and tell my niece, oh my God, girl, you just cussing up the storm. I'm going to need you to stop talking about that and this and this. You know? Because, oh, I done got some spirituality. I done learned some things. And so now I'm down her. I'm going to judge her because she cussing. Because she got the potty mouth or whatever the case may be. No, I'm not. I'm going to look at her and I'm going to listen. And maybe I might even extend some words and say, you know what? It's other words than the cuss words that you use. And she probably going to laugh and be like, yep, I heard you, Auntie. Fuck you. Keep on going. It's okay. Because at some point in her life, she'll be like, you know what? I don't even need to use all these words. That's it. Everybody got their own time, and for everything, yep, it's the I don't care energy. Everybody got their own time. And the funny thing is that we try to put people in boxes at certain times. And it don't work like that. I was mature for my age, but immature with the way that I handled things. I was mature enough that I took care of responsibilities like paying bills, housekeeping, stuff like that. I was mature for my age. But mentally, as far as handling situations, I was immature. I can say this today. And probably still immature in some facet, some kind of way, some now. And it's okay. Because I forgive myself for not knowing back then. I thank them very much for keeping me today and for keeping my mind. Because, hey, I could have done something different. I could have been different. So I'm grateful that they was like, hey, don't take her out the game just yet. Because I done been in some predicaments that I probably could have been out the game. Not thinking clearly. Not knowing my value. And not trusting the universe to guess what? They're going to take care of all of that hurt you. We want revenge right now. Right now. You step on my toe, I'm going to slap the shit out of you right now. You get what I'm saying? We want it right now. But sometimes the best revenge is no revenge at all. Because the universe will allow you to sit back and watch somebody get their tail whooped and you ain't got to be a part of it. So that means that you ain't got to get no consequences. Somebody ain't hear me though. But we always want revenge right now. That used to be me. I ain't talking smack about nobody that want it right now. Because, like I said, I used to get mad right then. Like, I ain't waiting. I ain't waiting on you to do nothing. This is how it's going down. I get it. And I'm not judging people who do it right now. That was me. That was me. Just because I'm in a different spot don't mean you are. Don't mean because I didn't calm down. Because guess what? First, I done got older. I don't want to break none of my bones, hit nobody in their face and carrying up. But then I also figured out that guess what? A lot of arguments that I had, a lot of fights that I even had wasn't even worth it. And the people that I probably was fighting about wasn't worth it too. So I just started thinking a little more. That's all. And I'm not judging anybody for not doing that right now. I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you what I was. I know what I was. I'm not in denial. And like I said, my mom is on here, my niece is on here, and I'm pretty sure she can tell you, yeah, I am, I will be, I can be, all those things. But I choose to be. I choose to be a better individual today. For me, for my grandbabies, for my children, for the people that's under me. I choose to be better. So, our card today is focus your mind. And that's funny because this card told you to breathe, didn't it? It said, hey, to take a moment in the midst of what you got going on and breathe. Breathe. Even here, hey, check in on your tension level. So they say, hey, focus your mind. It says, thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. Thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. Good morning, Miss K. How are you, beautiful? So it says, focus your mind. Let's get there. It says, your angels can see that there's so much more on your mind right now. They can see that you have so much on your mind right now that at times you find it difficult to focus on what's important. Because this world continues to move, situations continue to happen, you find it hard to focus on just what's important at the moment. They say right now your mind is all over the place. And maybe even thinking about the worst possible outcome of a situation, because we do that too. We let our mind go crazy. We've been and said something or done something, and guess what? We thinking that either somebody finna retaliate or whatever the case may be. Your mind get to playing tricks on you, and you think about the worst possible outcome. It says you are being encouraged to think about what you want to do so that your intentions are set on the highest outcome. So, hello, hello, hello. How are you? Good morning, beautiful. So, what they're saying is that, hey, if your intentions are pure, when you go to make a decision, when you go to look for this place, when your intentions are pure, when you focus on exactly what it is that you need to be focused on, you get the highest outcome. So the funny thing is that we think that because we had a spiritual thing going on, or we ask for particular things, that the answer ain't never no. And so we get upset when the answer is no too. So we don't realize that when one door closes, there's always another door opening. So that no means go in another direction. It means look a little further. It means do something a little different. It don't mean no, just stop, drop right there and don't do nothing. It means, hey, not this way, go the other way. Go that way. Do something else. Because if you really want something, and it's so funny because I keep getting this. You ever wanted a guy so bad that guess what? You chased after him. I'm getting these middle school days. Like, oh, Pascal Brown. He was the finest thing in middle school. Baby. What you wouldn't do to go out with Pascal Brown. You get what I'm saying? Because that's something that you wanted. Oh, you dialed yourself up. You look real good. When Valentine's Day came around, guess what? You was giving out Valentine's Day gifts. Look how hard you work towards something you want to get. You had that drive and that tenacity towards something that you really want. But they said sometimes as we get older, we lose the focus because we supposed to be focusing on us and the stuff that we got going on. But what do we got kids and we got grandbabies and we got nieces and nephews and cousins and we start to look out and we helping everybody and we doing everything. And guess what? Guess who we lost in the midst of that shit there? You lost you and everything that you was doing too, because you're gonna look up and guess what? Sue Ann, Joanne, and everybody else, they gonna go on with their life because you didn't help them get on their feet and they doing real good and they up on. But guess what? You still down here trying to figure your shit out. And now you feeling some type of way. And you feeling some type of way because everybody else done moved on and they not coming back and they not pulling you up and they not helping you out. And that's why I keep telling you that, hey, if you fill yourself up and you overflow, you ain't even got to worry about nobody coming back to pull you up because you already up. Focus on you. It says the angels can see that there's too much going on in your mind and it's taking you away from your priorities. There's too much going on everywhere else and it's taking you away from your priorities. It's a daily balance for me to focus on what I got going on. I got to focus on packing this house up. I got to focus on being able to get out of here. I got to focus on that property, that land in Arizona. I got to focus on the stuff that I'm trying to get to. If I don't focus, how I'm going to get there? If I focus on everybody else's stuff, how I'm going to get where I need to be at? How that business going to get off its feet if I don't focus on what I got going on? If my focus is everywhere else, if it's for everybody else, then how am I ever going to achieve the things God put me here to heal and help people, but he also put me here to heal and help myself. So if I can't do those things, then what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm pouring from an empty vessel. And so eventually I become empty, looking for fill ups. reaching out, trying to find little uh podcasts or something, outside people to fill me up. Or then I gotta go into a space of trying to heal myself because I've given out way too much. They want they want to come in and help you focus so that you can be at your best at this time. Take a moment to let go of any challenging and negative thoughts because they aren't serving you. It's time to refocus in a loving and positive way and let the angels help. So, before I get off of here, I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. I got up this morning and they put on my heart to explain to somebody why I wasn't dealing or speaking to them, and I did just that. I did just that. I told you guys sometimes you don't have to give an explanation, and you don't. But this morning, obviously, they had been reaching out to the universe and they wanted to know why I wasn't speaking to them again. And that's absolutely fine because guess what? I told you when I'm told to do something, I try to be diligent and move on that thing. And I did just that because that's a part of healing. And the funny thing is that I been forgave that particular person. But maybe they needed to heal. Maybe they needed that just to heal. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. Sometimes you're just done. And it's okay to be done so that you can focus on what's important. You are important, and everything that you have going on is important, no matter what people say. They don't live your life. And when the end of the day is done, and when you stand in front of the great I am, and they say, job well done, it'll be because of the work that you've done, not because of what somebody else has done for you. Thank you so much. I accept your overflow too. Amir. And so, with that being said, you guys, tomorrow's Friday. I keep hearing numbers. So I don't know how you guys want to do this tomorrow. If you want to pick numbers, or if you want me to do like I did last time and I shuffled the card and you guys got whatever number came up. Um, so tomorrow is numbers. And so how do you guys want to do numbers tomorrow? Um, I am taking that overflow, Amir. Uh, Amir, just so you know that I will be leaving here in 2 weeks, so I won't be here. So if you would like to see me, come on and chit chat with me for a minute before I get out of here, sweetheart. Um, Other than that, it is Thursday. We have persevered through this week. I want you to take a moment when you become frustrated and irritated and aggravated with anything that's going on in the process of your day to day. I want you to just take a moment and stop and breathe through the process because guess what? It's going to be okay. No matter what it looks like, no matter what happens, it's going to be okay. And so I want you to know that today, and I want to encourage you to just be the highest version of yourself, and that's a part of it. Just knowing that hey, I am blessed, I am abundant, I am loved. I take that everywhere I go. You bring that to the room and everything will be just fine, regardless of what happens. And so I love you guys so very much. It is Thursday. I'm going to continue to work on this. It's getting better, you guys. And I will definitely see you here, if it's the universe is willing, for the card of the day tomorrow. Numbers, I guess y'all will let me know, or I'll just be doing however they tell me in the morning. Okay, so you guys have a blessed day. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for the card of the day. Bye bye. Ooh.